Afternoon, gang. Okay, said there wasn't going to be a lunchtime video. Obviously, it's after lunch. So, yes, I'm back. Still healthy, still in one piece. Fun getting blood drawn. They had to stick me 5 times, twice in my right arm, once in my left arm, twice in my right hand before they were able to finally draw blood. I guess I'm part vampire or something. I don't know. But I'm all right. So, here we go back again. So we're going to talk about one of those favorite subjects we always have, and that's food, right? I don't have to tell anybody about food prices being ridiculously expensive. What I do want to talk about is the availability of it going forward and the cost of it, okay? What's going on? Because, corporate profits need to take precedent over food availability, I guess, for some companies. Many times I've talked about going to the store and what we're paying. And y'all know I've talked about chicken leg quarters that Mrs. P and I buy, okay? Legs and thighs. And about a year and a half ago, we were able to buy a 10-pound bag for $3.99. Then it was $5.99. Then it was $6.99. Now it's $7.99. So the price has doubled, 100% increase in about 18 months. Thanks, Joe. And I ran across this story when we got home here a little bit ago, that chicken prices have now hit record highs under Joe. And inflation is still keeping beef and pork off the dinner table, okay? You guys know what it costs to buy beef, what it costs to buy pork, whatever it would be. For the first time ever, U.S. consumption of chicken is expected to exceed 100 pounds per person per year. Usually, if you guys are anything like me, a couple of days a week you'll have chicken, a couple of days a week you'll have beef, a couple of days you'll have pork, maybe one day you have fish. You have a variety in your diet. Because God knows eating the same thing every day, if we have to eat bugs, gets a little tedious, all right? Eventually you're like, forget it, okay? So now Americans are eating more chicken than anything. How do I say that? Beef consumption, because of the prices, is at its lowest level since 2018. Pork consumption is at its lowest level since 2015, okay? Because people can't afford to buy beef and pork anymore. So we're buying chicken, right? How many times have we talked about, I think I did this maybe a week ago, they went from Whole Foods to Kroger to Aldi to the dollar store to the food bank, right? Because your dollar only goes so far. And you're going, well, gee, you know what? I'd really like ground beef, but it's $5 a pound. I'd really like pork chops, but that's $4 a pound. Oh, I can get chicken. That's $2 a pound. Just saying, for example, okay, whatever the price is in your area, obviously is going to be different. So what do we get? Okay. Well, when we have chicken prices at all-time highs, okay, according to the USDA, they're only up 10% since the low they reached in February. I haven't seen that low, and that they're talking about drumsticks, okay? I haven't seen prices go down 39, 59, 69, 79 cents a pound is what I've seen, okay? But so now the chicken producers, Tyson, okay, is now closing 6 U.S. chicken plants to the tune of about 4,700 employees so that they can reduce their cost. Okay, want to explain it, you want to bring your costs down by bringing your production down. That just means prices have nowhere to go but up, all right? I have a feeling it's not going to be too long till I'm going 79 cents for a pound for a 10-pound bag of chicken. Remember the good old days when it was only 79 cents a pound, okay? The chicken farmers, if you will, are hatching less eggs, okay? 2.8% fewer eggs a couple of weeks ago than previous, okay? That's government data, all right? But last year they were increasing the amount of eggs so they could increase the chickens. So now we are reducing the amount of potential food that we're raising, the chickens. We're reducing the amount of workers that are going to process the chickens. What do you think that's going to do to the price? Supply and demand again. The demand isn't going to change, but as the supply keeps dropping, the price keeps going up. They are trying desperately to take away any of our protein sources. How long is it going to be until, what's for dinner tonight? Peanut butter and jelly. Really? Yeah, because peanut butter is the only affordable protein we have. Oh, wait, peanut butter is ridiculously expensive, too. It's about $7 for one of those quart jars of peanut butter. Okay. Do the math. That's $3.50 a pound. Well, we'll go to beans. Oh, well, we can't do beans because, we have to get rid of all the carbon dioxide. Plants need that. We have to get rid of all the nitrogen, the fertilizer, because the plants need that. Where does it end? When do people wake up? I'm hoping most of us here are awake and realize there's a war on feeding us. When does the rest of the public wake up and realize, holy crap, honey, we can't afford to eat anything because it's too damned expensive, okay? It's not like demand is going down for protein. As the population keeps going up, we need more food. As we've imported some 3 million plus illegals who have to eat, we need more food. When we give them food stamps or whatever coupon they need so they can get free food, that's still got to get paid for. The hatchery still needs to get paid for those chickens. The processing plants still need to get paid. The supply chain still needs to get paid. The grocery store employees and the grocery store overhead still needs to get paid. The Juan and Maria get their free chicken or pork or beef. Who pays for it? You and me, okay? Those of us that put cash in the register, not food stamps, not using our EBT card or whatever. Somebody's got to pay for this stuff. Where do we go? We all talk about putting food away, making recipes with whatever you can. Guys, I'm telling you, do not be surprised to see chicken prices go up another 30% by the end of the year. You see a sale on, you want turkey for Thanksgiving? My bet, start looking now. You're going to be dumbfounded what you've got to pay for a turkey this year, or the Christmas goose, or the Christmas turkey, whatever, because they're not raising the poultry or the beef or the pork to meet the demand. And they're cutting back on staff to process it. So there ain't going to be any. I watched something the other day about what would happen in a nuclear war. And I'm not saying that's where we're going, even though with all the talk about, Russia threatening it for the last 2 years, whatever. I'm not saying that's where it's going. And this was a scientific video I was watching. This wasn't just some YouTuber, okay? And they were talking about if we had a nuclear war, that 99% of the people in the Northern Hemisphere would die. Not all from the nuclear blasts, but because of the nuclear winter that would last 10 years until it started to go away, because you'd have all that smoke in the stratosphere. What does that mean? Well, they were saying temperatures would drop some 40 degrees across North America, okay? So that means if your normal high in the summer is 90, your new normal high would be 50. Oh, but no sunlight would come through. How many stories have you ever heard about the year without a summer? Now start imagining the decade without a summer. How much food do you have put up? How much food can you afford to put up? How long can you live on what you've got? What happens if the price of food when we're sitting here next summer is 50% higher than it is now? How long can your budget hold out to pay $5 for ground beef, or $4 for pork chops, or $2 a pound for chicken, or whatever? What if that went up to $7.50 and $6 and $3? Could you pay for it? What if it went to 10 and 8 and 4? How long can you handle? Your paycheck ain't going up as fast as inflation is. Guarantee that. And the bullshit numbers that we get for inflation, you know, I know, and everybody else knows that ain't true. Correct inflation is probably somewhere around 40%. Correct unemployment is probably somewhere around 20%. Don't listen to these government figures that are skewed to make Joe look good. We're in for the ride of our lives, guys. And the more food you can grow now, the more food you can store now, the more food you can put away now, means the longer you may last when this all falls apart. And every day we get closer and closer and closer. I'm not one to preach the end of the world is nigh. Okay? That's not me. But pain and suffering is coming. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be begging for that bug burger. Don't be one of them. Pinball out.